A boy without a father is a question without an answer. He carries a void, an emptiness where a guiding hand should be. He yearns for a role model, a mentor to navigate life. This silent yearning echoes in countless homes, a testament to the crisis of fatherlessness. Single mothers often perform the Herculean task of both parents with unwavering love. Yet the role of a father is irreplaceable, extending beyond biological obligation. Without a father, a boy is left adrift, tossed by societal expectations and internal confusion. He grapples with questions of identity, purpose, and masculinity, his compass spinning wildly. This essay explores the societal shifts leading to this generational wound and its devastating consequences. The seeds of fatherlessness were sown in the fertile ground of societal transformation. The rise of feminism, while a necessary and long overdue revolution, inadvertently shifted family dynamics. As women rightfully claimed their place in the workforce, the traditional role of the father as the sole breadwinner began to fade. Divorce rates surged, leaving countless boys caught in the crossfire, their lives fractured by the separation. The rise of single-parent households became a defining characteristic of modern families, with fathers often relegated to the periphery, their presence reduced to weekend visits or worse, a distant memory. The sexual revolution further complicated the landscape, blurring lines of commitment and responsibility. Casual relationships and absentee fathers became increasingly common, leaving boys grappling with feelings of abandonment and a profound sense of displacement. This is not to lay blame on any one factor or movement, but to acknowledge the complex interplay of societal forces that have led to a generation of boys yearning for the guidance and presence of their fathers. The consequences of fatherlessness run deep, etching invisible scars on the souls of young boys. While the outward manifestations may vary, the underlying pain is undeniable, often manifesting in destructive behaviors and a pervasive sense of emptiness. These wounds are not always visible, they often fester beneath the surface, masked by a facade of bravado or indifference. Yet, behind the tough exteriors, countless boys carry the weight of their father's absence, their pain echoing through their actions and choices. The absence of a father figure deprives boys of a crucial developmental anchor, leaving them vulnerable to a host of challenges, from academic struggles to social isolation. They may struggle to form healthy relationships, their ability to trust and connect compromised by the early betrayal of abandonment. The consequences of fatherlessness are far-reaching, impacting not only the individual, but also society as a whole. It is a crisis that demands our attention, our empathy, and our unwavering commitment to finding solutions. Without a positive male role model to guide them, boys yearning for validation and belonging often turn to destructive outlets. Violence, in its various forms, becomes a twisted form of self-expression, a way to assert dominance and control in a world where they feel powerless. Statistics paint a grim picture. Boys raised in fatherless homes are significantly more likely to engage in criminal activity, from petty theft to violent assaults. This correlation is not coincidental. It speaks to a deeper need for belonging and recognition that goes unmet in their lives. These boys, starved for guidance and affirmation, seek validation through aggression, mistaking brute force for strength and intimidation for respect. They crave the camaraderie and sense of purpose often found in gangs, their moral compass skewed by the absence of a strong, ethical male influence. The cycle of violence becomes a self-perpetuating trap, ensnaring boys in a web of aggression and despair. Breaking this cycle requires recognizing the root cause, a profound lack of positive male role models, and a society that often fails to provide adequate support systems for at-risk youth. Section 5. Addiction, numbing the pain of absence. The void left by an absent father can be a heavy burden to bear. For many boys, this void becomes an unyielding ache, a constant reminder of what's missing. It's no surprise then that addiction often takes root in this fertile ground of pain and longing. Drugs and alcohol offer a tempting escape, a way to numb the emotional turmoil and silence the questions that haunt their waking hours. The temporary high provides a fleeting sense of control, a reprieve from the confusion and pain of their reality. But like all escapes, the high is fleeting. What begins as a way to cope morphs into a destructive force, tightening its grip with each passing day. Addiction becomes a prison, isolating boys further from genuine connection and perpetuating the cycle of pain they desperately seek to escape. Addressing this aspect of the fatherlessness crisis requires compassion, not judgment. These boys aren't inherently flawed, they're simply hurting, desperately seeking solace in a world that often feels cold and uncaring. Section 6. Confusion, adrift in a sea of expectations. Masculinity, without a guiding hand, can become a confusing and contradictory concept. Boys, bombarded with conflicting messages from media, peers, and society at large, struggle to reconcile what it means to be a man in a world grappling with evolving gender roles. On one hand, they're told to be strong and stoic, to suppress their emotions and embrace traditional notions of masculinity. On the other hand, they're encouraged to be sensitive and empathetic, to challenge outdated gender norms, and embrace vulnerability. This conflicting messaging creates a breeding ground for confusion and insecurity. Without a father to help them navigate these complexities, boys are left adrift, unsure of their place in the world or how to authentically express their masculinity. This confusion can manifest in a myriad of ways, from an inability to form healthy relationships to a distorted sense of self-worth. The absence of a positive male role model leaves a void in their understanding of what it means to be a good man, a responsible partner, and a contributing member of society. Section 7. The rise of the virtual father figure. In a world starved for positive male role models, boys turn to the digital realm for guidance. YouTubers and influencers have become surrogate father figures, offering advice on fitness, finance, and self-improvement. Boys form parasocial relationships, finding solace in virtual communities. While some influencers provide positive content, their curated personas set unrealistic expectations. The rise of virtual father figures highlights the need for authentic male role models. Online communities can provide support, but real-life mentorship is irreplaceable. Section 8. The irreplaceable value of authentic fatherhood. Authentic fatherhood is about presence, not just proximity. It's about active engagement in a child's life, providing not just financial support but also emotional stability, moral guidance, and unwavering love. A father teaches his son how to navigate the world with integrity, how to treat others with respect, and how to take responsibility for his actions. He models healthy masculinity, demonstrating that strength and sensitivity are not mutually exclusive, that vulnerability is not weakness, and that empathy is a sign of true strength. A father's love is a powerful force shaping a boy's sense of self-worth and his place in the world. It provides a safe haven to explore, to stumble, and to grow, knowing that unconditional love and support are unwavering constants. This is not to romanticize fatherhood or to suggest that all fathers are perfect. Fatherhood, like any human endeavor, is fraught with challenges and imperfections. However, the effort, the commitment to being present, to showing up consistently, makes all the difference. support. The future of our boys, and indeed, our society, depends on it.